Control right now. 10 minutes up on the board. Third quarter about to be underway. Dartmouth going left to right across your computer screen here in the second half. Penn with a 19-18 lead. Dartmouth with the basketball, though, to start the third quarter here in Hanover. Halftime down in Princeton, and the Princeton men's team leads Dartmouth 46-35. They're just about to start the second half down in New Jersey. Turnover by Dartmouth, and here comes Penn.
Yeah, it wasn't a turnover. It was a missed wide open layup by Daisy Jordan. And a game versus this where Penn isn't shooting the ball really well, you need to capitalize, and you need to make that.
Mixon hits the deck hard, gets up slowly. The shot from Penn, no good. Batted back out, though. Another offensive rebound, though, for the Quakers. Mixon slowly moving as she tries to guard. It looks like Ross in the corner. Back out. Here's a three ball by Whitlatch. That is up and good. So that 1 point lead for Penn to start the third quarter is now up to 4. 22-18 Quakers, 9:05 to play here in the third period. And now with it is Mixon getting across the timeline for Dartmouth. Mixon over to Norman.
It's in her hands too long. In a zone, it's got to be touch passes.
Starting five out there for Dartmouth to start the third quarter. Nice reverse layup by Rowland to draw Dartmouth to within 2. Big shot right there by Rowland to get Dartmouth on the board for their first points here in the second half. Over the timeline with the basketball right now is Chambers. Dip down low, and a nice move, up and under move by Noah Ketty. Gets past Rowland.
Those
and
little
another
flashbacks back to Wheatley, huh?
From last night, yeah, Wheatley from Princeton. She was doing that all game long against a number of Dartmouth defenders.
I could see Penn going right back at her next possession.
Mixon right now, because you know what? If they can get the good look and get the bucket, that's fine, but it's going to be frustration on Dartmouth, and then the fouls are going to add up. That's what I think Penn's going for.
They got 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Here's Rowland, fires a long three. It's good. Off balance, had more time, but figures I'll throw it up anyway, and the prayer falls through, and Dartmouth now trails by a point. Now Dartmouth backs up. Man-to-man defense right now. Up top with the basketball is Stepanovic, who was really quiet in the first half for Penn. Norman comes out, tries to defend Whitlatch, and now a shot from the left-hand side is no good. Letkowitz skies for the rebound for Dartmouth. Letkowitz on the move right now for the Big Green into the front court. Jordan trying to post up. Mixon has it. Mixon looking for Jordan. Jordan calling out motion over to Letkowitz. Wants the ball back, right-hand side. Thinks she could take Noah Ketty off the dribble. Backs in, takes a couple of steps, goes up with a shot. She's blocked, and a turnover. Jordan trying to do too much on that possession for Dartmouth. So we go the other way, and here's Chambers with it over the timeline. Three ball right-hand side off the mark as it's put up there by Whitlatch. Another offensive rebound, and the layup is good this time by Noah Ketty. And a three-point lead right now for Penn with 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Pressure in the backcourt by the Quakers. Mixon telling Jordan to move into the front court. Mixon with the basketball for Dartmouth. 2-3 zone now. It almost looks like that man-to-man defense that Penn was going to in the first half. Another turnover by Dartmouth. Whistle, jump ball, possession arrow points the way to Penn.
I don't know if it's part of the offensive set, but when Andy Norman gets it on the wing, she's holding it way too long. And that's not making the zone shift. It's not making them have to work, and kind of a lazy pass, and it's a turnover.
I think that Penn has caught on that Norman, a good player, but is more of a threat from outside, so she's not going to try to dribble drive or penetrate. 20 on the shot clock for Penn. They're up by 3, 26-23, 6:25 to play here in the third quarter. Tic-tac-toe passing for the Quakers. Noah Ketty trying to post up against Rowland. Lots of physical contact. Here's Ross with the three from beyond the arc. No good.
Nice. That extra effort.
Nice hustle by Ross. She knew she wasn't going to get the rebound. Instead, she bats it back out, and Chambers picks it up. Another offensive rebound for the Quakers. Down low, wide open. Layup is good as Whitlatch sprung free in the lane. Nobody picked her up, and an easy 2 points for Penn. Rowland now with the basketball. A little bit of a trap defense. Finds Norman over the timeline. Back to Mixon. 20 on the shot clock for Dartmouth. Plenty of time to set up their plays. They trail by 5 points. Norman with the basketball.
Keep it moving, Andy.
Cross-court pass to Mixon, left-hand side. Up top, Letkowitz left wide open. Back to Norman, right-hand side. Jordan will try it. Cross-court pass. Mixon fires a three with 3 on the shot clock. She hits it. Not really an outside threat throughout this ball game. but Mixon drains the three and brings Dartmouth to within 2 points.
Her making that shot helps out their offense tremendously. If you saw last night, Princeton's defender who was guarding Amber Mixon was sitting right in the paint.
Lots of contact underneath. Jump shot, no good. Ball batted around. Good hustle by Letkowitz to tap it to Norman for Dartmouth. And now Dartmouth can tie or take the lead with this possession. 28-26 Penn. Halfway through the third period here in Hanover. Letkowitz to Norman. Gets it at the top of the key, back to Letkowitz. And you see now Mixon sort of playing away from the ball and letting Letkowitz handle the general situation. Rowan back out to Letkowitz, left-hand side, 6 to shoot. Letkowitz in the lane, gets it batted out of her hands, and it falls right into the hands of Doketti. Penn in transition, quickly moving the basketball. 3 ball, up and good. Nice move right there by Whitlatch. She spotted up, got the ball, fired it, and hit the 3, and now Penn up by 5.
You gotta love that transition offense. Casey Chambers looking up. Anna Ross sprinted to her lane. You had Whitlatch there spotting up, knowing what she's best at. Great offensive set right there.
Nixon now off to Letkowitz. 15 on the shot clock, and an offensive foul right there as Ross just banged into Rowland. Knocks her to the floor, and that's the first foul called against either team here in the second half, and that'll lead us to our first media timeout here of the second half as well. 4 minutes, 18 seconds remaining, third quarter. It's Penn 31, Dartmouth 26. Quakers up by 5. Big Green with the basketball when we come back.
So I hope that in 5 to 10 years, maybe even sooner, we actually have a test for concussions, that we will know when someone is concussed and when they're still suffering the effects of a concussion.
We have a unique opportunity to lead really the world in identifying ways to fix concussion.
Just to really set the gold standard and to be a pioneer for this.
.418 remaining here in the third quarter, and Penn with a 31-26 lead on top of Dartmouth right now. Women's hockey victorious today, 5-0 over Brown. Men's basketball team in action down at Princeton. It's the Tigers 46 and the Dartmouth men 37, as they've got 19:24 to go in the second half, and the men's hockey team about to face off down in Providence tonight against Brown. 12 of 42, that's what Penn is shooting from the field. 5 of 19 from beyond the arc. They are 2 of 2 from the foul line tonight, out-rebounding Dartmouth 29-18. Big Green 11 of 28 from the field, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. Leading scorers right now, 13 points for Lakin Rowland, and also 13 points for Lauren Whitlatch of Penn. Dartmouth has yet to attempt a foul shot tonight.
And you can see Penn's offense has picked up. They're 5 of 10 this quarter. They've scored 12 points in this quarter, where you think they've only had 19 points in the whole first half.
Penn with the basketball. Jordan comes out to play Noah. Ketty drives in, goes up with a shot, no good, and the foul's going to be called against either Jordan or Rowland. And this is where Penn being more aggressive and trying to get the fouls called against Dartmouth right now.
I think that Dartmouth should kind of follow Penn's lead, and the refs are calling it. So put your head down, drive to the basket, make them call the foul.
Jordan picks up her second and the team's second. Penn yet to be whistled for a foul here in the third quarter. Smith is going to check in, and Jordan's going to have to check out. So here's 3 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the third. You've got to think right now that Jordan's probably going to be on the bench for the rest of the third quarter. This is the time where Olivia Smith needs to step up. Rowland needs to keep playing consistent as she is, and Dartmouth needs to focus on getting the ball distributed to other players who can score.
It does help that Stepanovic is on the bench as well. So defensively, Daisy was doing a great job on her.
Rowland got chased down by 4 defenders. Norman with a wide open 3 and couldn't hit. And the bad part about that, nobody underneath the bucket for Dartmouth for the rebound.
That's why I'm anti-transition 3, for that reason alone. Unless you shoot over 50%, it's not a good shot in my opinion.
Turnover right there by Penn, as Stepanovic couldn't handle it. And so Dartmouth will get it back. 3:40 to go, clock ticking, third quarter, 33-26, Penn up by 7. Dartmouth with the basketball though, as they move left to right across your computer screen here in Hanover tonight. Rowland, turnaround jumper, good. Lakin Rowland on fire tonight. She's the catalyst for this team. Penn knows it, but they can't stop her right now. And she draws Dartmouth to within 5 points. Dartmouth comes in tonight, 7-14 overall, 2-3 in the Ivy League. Penn with 3 wins in a row. Their latest last night against Harvard, 68-48. They're 15-3 overall, 4-0 undefeated in the Ivy League. Foul on the floor right now against Dartmouth. That'll be their third as a team.
You can see that Dartmouth fans are not thrilled with that call. Brzezowski kind of pushed Amber Mixon off, and so that's where I think Amber Mixon got caught with her foul because it was kind of a retaliation.
Brzezowski at the line, first foul shot up and good. Again, Dartmouth has not shot a foul shot tonight. 3:11 remaining in the third quarter. 34-28. Next one is up and good. So now the lead is 7 points. And this is the danger range for Dartmouth right now, as Penn has really not had a lead. They had one lead at 7 points before. But Dartmouth needs a bucket right now. Remember, Daisy Jordan is on the bench with only 2 fouls right now. There's been a few more whistles here in the third quarter, and that's a kickball violation against Penn.
And you're seeing Coach Bell tell Fanny Zabo to ball fake. You know, she's telepath that right there.
Norman will inbound for Dartmouth.
That's something that Dartmouth needs to work on, is just ball fake. Their hands are high, so right, fake high, go low.
Zabo with it, dishes it off. Nice no-look pass to Norman, gets it right back though. Rowland looking for someone. Zabo with the 3 ball from the right-hand side, it's good. She popped open right there, and Penn wasn't expecting it. And Zabo gets a huge bucket for the Big Green and brings them to within 4 points with 2:36 to go in the third. Nice bucket right there. Turnaround jump shot. That one is good though, as Stepanovic, the 6'3" junior from St. Louis, drains it and puts Penn up by 6.
They can't trade baskets. Dartmouth needs to string 2 or 3 possessions together where they get scores and get 3 stops in a row.
Mixon with the basketball with 17 on the shot clock. Here's Norman for 3. That's off the mark, no good. And the rebound hauled in by Ross for Penn. Ross dribbles it up across the timeline herself. Off to the left-hand side. Russell for 3. That's no good. Way off the mark. Battle for the loose ball. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Quakers, and Dartmouth will have it with 2:04 remaining in the third. Here is Rowland with it. Got to be careful as Penn showing that 2-2-1 pressure in the backcourt again. Rowland gets it up to Zabo in the front court. And Zabo faked the pass to Rowland, gave it off to Mixon. Gets it back. Now back up top to Mixon. Right-hand side, tic-tac-toe passing. Smith has it, right baseline. Turn around, throws up a shot. Didn't even look at the bucket. Bad shot selection by Olivia Smith. And Penn will have it going the other way with 1:43 to go in the third. Critical moments right now as Penn cannot score any more points, and they do. That was a big bucket right there by Ashley Russell, and that'll force Dartmouth to call a timeout as Penn has their biggest lead of the ball game right now, 40-31 with 1:33 to go in the third quarter. And the Dartmouth Big Green have to call timeout. We'll take one as well back after this on the Dartmouth Sports Network and the Ivy League Digital Network. Back here in Hanover, along with Jill Glessner, I'm Dave Collins. Glad you could join us, and thanks to our entire crew here in Hanover tonight. 93 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Penn 40 and Dartmouth 31. Big Green forced to use the timeout, so they're left with 3. Penn with 4. Fouls this quarter. Dartmouth has been whistled for 3. Penn with none so far. The Big Green have not attempted a foul shot tonight. 14 of 45, that's what Penn is from the field. 6 of 21 from beyond the arc. 6 of 6 from the foul line tonight. They are out rebounding Dartmouth 32-19 for the Big Green. 13 of 33 from the field. 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. Leading scorers, Lakin Rowland. She's been a one-man workhorse for Dartmouth with 15 points and 13 points for Lauren Whitlatch for the Quakers.
And it seems like both teams offensively woke up in the second half. Penn shooting 53% overall, 42% from 3, and Dartmouth shooting 50% this quarter and 60% from 3.
So after the timeout called by Dartmouth, they have it moving left to right across your computer screen. Bounce pass down low. Jordan has checked back into the ball game for Dartmouth. Tic-tac-toe passing, rolling for 3. It is good, and that's how you get it done right there. You get the defense for Penn scrambling, hit the open 3, and come back to within 6 points.
That's Lakin's 18th point of the game, and that just shows, I mean, she's capable of putting 25 plus on the best team in the Ivy. That says something.
56 seconds to play in the third, and a whistle, and the foul will go against Dartmouth right now. Men's hockey team, they are in action, just underway, a minute into, actually 7 minutes into the first period down at Brown. And the men's hockey team and the Brown Bears are scoreless. And for the men's basketball team, they're down in Princeton. It's the Tigers 50, Dartmouth 42, 15-24 to go in the second quarter. And now an offensive foul against Penn, and we'll go the other way.
Yeah, you saw Anna Ross shuffle her feet and kind of lean that shoulder in to Lakin Rowland.
Foul against Dartmouth, by the way, was against Rowland. That's her second. Team's fourth. First foul whistled against Penn here in the second half. And they call that one against Ross. So now 55 seconds to go. Pressure in the backcourt by Penn. Dartmouth has it. Letkowitz gets it over the timeline. Norman with the basketball. Left-hand side to Letkowitz. Now Mixon over to Norman once again. Ball batted away. Dartmouth trying to look for somebody underneath. They can't find anyone. Jordan and Rowland calling for the basketball, and bad passing along the perimeter leads to another turnover.
Well, did you see? It never broke the plane of the three-point line.
They looked for Jordan. They looked for Rowland, but they just couldn't get it into the lane. And now Jordan hits the deck once again. Lots of physical contact underneath. 20 on the game clock, 14 on the shot clock for Penn, as they're up by 6 points. Noah Ketty goes in the lane. Shot goes up, rolls off the rim. No good. Shot clock turned off. Dartmouth can hold for the last shot here in the third quarter. They trail 40-34. Mixon with it. 5 seconds to go. Mixon gets a screen from Jordan. Drives in. Kicks it back out. Letkowitz fires the fadeaway three. No good. Buzzer sounds. And the Penn Quakers will head to the bench with a 6-point lead here at the end of the third quarter. Letkowitz probably had another second maybe to dribble it and get a little bit closer. Fired up a prayer, and it was not answered.
You know that Dartmouth has run that play before. You saw Amber Mixon threw it to space, just knowing that Kate Letkowitz was coming to run over that.
So we've reached the end of the third quarter here in Hanover. It's Penn 40 and Dartmouth 34. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after these words here on the Dartmouth Sports Network and the Ivy League Digital Network. And welcome back here to Lead Arena in Hanover, along with Jill Glester. I'm Dave Collins. Thanks for joining us here on the Dartmouth Sports Network and the Ivy League Digital Network. 10 minutes up on the board. We're ready to start the fourth quarter in just a moment. 40-36, Penn on top of Dartmouth. And the replay that you're seeing on the video right now, they're trying to determine if that was an actual three-pointer by Rowland or if her foot was on the line for two. And from that angle, it looks like a three right now. Great job by our crew. They might give us another angle, but that's what the officials over at the other table looking at. And trying to get official confirmation. And I think they're going to stick with it because the
score hasn't changed.
Scoreboard hasn't changed, and one John Murphy across the way would alert me, and it is 40-34. So a 4-point lead for Penn to start this fourth quarter with 10 minutes up on the board.
It's crazy to think that that third quarter score was 21-16. And it was 19-18 at the half.
Also crazy to think that Penn is 6 for 6 from the foul line tonight, and Dartmouth hasn't even attempted a free throw. Shot from the corner is no good, and Penn will have the basketball. And there's going to be something to be said if Dartmouth cannot make it to the foul line tonight. You need at least something.
You would love like 6 to 8 points at the very least.
9:30 to play, fourth quarter, 40-34. Penn with the basketball. They are up by 6. Here's a three ball off the front of the rim, no good. Rowland grabs the rebound, bounces it off the face of Chambers, and Jordan controls. Rowland was hitting the deck and just threw it up for grabs. So here's Mixon, over to Rowland. Now to Letkowitz. Norman out on the floor, along with Jordan, the 5 in black for Dartmouth. Bounce pass down low. Norman can't find it. It's discombobulated as she falls down and turns the ball over, and Dartmouth can't control the basketball again.
Lakin Rowland has to shoot that. She was wide open. Sold the shot fake, wide open jumper.
And a wide open jumper for Whitlatch for Penn, and that's good for 3. And now the lead back up to 9 for the Quakers here to start the 4th quarter.
Whitlatch has 16 points on the night.
Mixon in the front court. Szabo scheduled to check back in, probably for Andy Norman in a moment. Another turnover by Dartmouth, and Penn Quakers pick it up, and this is their chance to get their biggest lead of the ball game with this possession. They can put it up to double digits. So they're up by 9 points right now. Lob in down low. Noah Ketty kicks it back out. 2-ball this time from the right elbow is up and good by Stepanovic. And now Dartmouth having trouble inbounding it.
And Penn is showing right now why they are undefeated in the Ivy League. Every player on the floor stepping up, doing their role.
Penn with a big win last night, 68-48 at Harvard. They are 4-0 in the Ivy League, 15-3 overall. Dartmouth 7-14 overall, 2-3 in the Ivy League. And had an ugly loss last night here at home, 85-48 to the Princeton Tigers. 9 on the shot clock. Here's Rowland, stutter step, turnaround, jump shot, partially blocked. And here comes Penn with the basketball once again. Quakers can run away with this on the possession right here. This is almost a do-or-die possession. Dartmouth needs a stop. 19 on the shot clock. Chambers backs it back out for the Quakers. Man-to-man defense for Dartmouth. Gets a screen as Mixon tries to catch up with her. And now Rowland knocks it away, and here comes Mixon the other way. Turnover by Penn, and Mixon has it in the front court for the Big Green. Mixon surveys the situation. 45-34. Penn on top with 7:10 to play here in the 4th quarter. Rowland has it at the foul line. Wanted to take the shot, now tries to find someone. Back to Letkowitz. 8 on the shot clock for Dartmouth. Letkowitz backs it back out. It's going to have to hurry. 4 on the shot clock. Tries to get the screen. Drives in. Ball knocked away and off of her leg and out of bounds. And another turnover by Dartmouth.
You see the frustration on their faces. They're trying to execute the play, but you have to credit Penn's defense is so on point going over those screens and communicating through those actions.
Over the timeline with the basketball right now is Chambers. Penn with a comfortable lead right now, but Dartmouth, each time Penn gets the lead, the Big Green have been good at fighting back out. And now a turnover as Letkowitz intercepts the pass for Dartmouth. Here's Mixon over the timeline. Mixon to Rowland. Now to Letkowitz. Right-hand side beyond the arc. She is guarded shirt to shirt by Ross. And Rowland hits the deck. She might have been pushed right there. Gets the ball back. Fires a fadeaway, long 2. And she gets fouled as she's corralled into the Dartmouth bench.
3 or 2?
I think they're going to call it a 2.
I love that she gets up.
You can see Rowland in the corner. Goes for 2. Referee raised his hand. Well, I don't know if he called the 3 or the foul.
She's definitely shooting.
6:22 to go in the 4th quarter. 45-34. Penn up top. And they're going to give Rowland 3. Tom Hoyt, our public address announcer, says 3 shots for Rowland. And with 6:22, we'll mark this down in the scorebook. 6:22 to go in the 4th quarter. First free throw attempts for Dartmouth of the ball game.
You can see assistant coach Chris Day over there shaking his head. I mean, as a coach, that's the most frustrating thing, is to foul somebody while attempting a 3.
And you look at the free throws come as Rowland was taking a fadeaway jump shot, not even driving in. So that's the kind of ball game that Dartmouth's been living on. The outside shot tonight. Rowland drains it. So 45-37, Penn with the ball, up by 8. Clock ticking, 6:19, 6:18 to play in the 4th quarter here in Hanover tonight. Dartmouth looking to snap a losing streak after a very ugly loss last night to Princeton. Penn has won 3 in a row, and they are undefeated in Ivy League play. They're 4-0. Dartmouth 2-3. Penn will play that extra game against Princeton to end the Ivy League season for both teams. 9 on the shot clock. 3 ball by Ross. Rattles around, no good. Battle for the rebound. Falls into the hands of Mixon for Dartmouth. And here's the opportunity. They've done this each quarter, Jill, where Dartmouth has let Penn sort of try to run away with it, but they put a halt to it by scoring a couple buckets at key moments.
They could get a big bucket here, get a stop.
5:40 to play. Rowland fires the 3. It's off the mark, no good, and Letkowitz didn't have a chance for a rebound. That looked pretty good from here, even though it was way off the mark.
They look for Casey Chambers to get the ball. She's such a steady point guard.
Ross, pull-up jump shot from the foul line is good to give Penn 2 more points. 47-37, the lead is 10 for the Quakers. 5:18 to play in the 4th. Mixon with the basketball. Over the timeline. Szabo with it. Zabo gets it right back. Now to Jordan. Down low on the left-hand side. Crisp passing for Dartmouth right now. 11 on the shot clock. Mixon drives right baseline underneath the bucket to Jordan. Jordan tries to drive in, loses control of the basketball. Gets it back, goes up with a shot, no good. Whistle and a foul. Will this be on the floor? Or yes, the officials confirm and say no shot. Foul was on the floor. And
I
so
agree with that call. I thought it was going to be a jump ball.
It'll be an inbounds pass for Dartmouth with a fresh shot clock underneath when we come back after this media timeout. 4 minutes, 58 seconds to go in the fourth quarter here at Lead Arena. Penn up by 10, 47-37. We're back after this on the Dartmouth Sports Network and the Ivy League Digital Network.
When you're done at any Ivy League, you have so many opportunities waiting for you. It's rewarding after these 4 years that you're going to have such a great job and these connections that you've made at all of these schools, and it's awesome. All around, it's awesome.
If you want the best combination of academics and athletics, Ivy League's your only choice. Only choice.
.458 to go in the fourth quarter here in Hanover. Penn 47, Dartmouth 37. Quakers up by 10 points right now. Penn 17 of 51 from the field, 7 of 24 from beyond the arc, so almost half of their shots have come from three-point land. They are 6 of 6 from the foul line. Out-rebounding Dartmouth 35-22. Dartmouth 14 of 38 from the field, 6 of 14 from beyond the arc, 3 of 3 from the foul line. Lakin Rowland, the only person for Dartmouth at the foul line tonight. She's sunk all 3. She's got 21 to lead all scores. Nobody else even close for Dartmouth. Vanny Zabel, the next leading scorer, with 6 points. 16 points right now for Lauren Whitlatch of Penn. Dartmouth will have it after the media timeout. Ball was out of bounds off of Penn, so they get a fresh shot clock. Mixon gets it over to Zabo. Fires a 3, left-hand side, rattles out, no good. Halfway down, and it fell out of the cup.
A lot of those tonight for Dartmouth. In and out.
And it looked like Penn was backing up into a zone, 2-3 zone defense. And now we got a whistle as one of the giveaway softballs come out onto the court. And Penn scored, so it's a lead of 12 right now for the Quakers.
It's crazy to see, too, that Penn has 51 field goal attempts. Dartmouth only has 38.
And look, 6 for 6 from the foul line for Penn. Dartmouth 3 of 3. So again, Penn scores a bucket. Dartmouth needs a bucket right here and a few stops in a row. Mixon gets challenged right at the timeline this time by Chambers. Still has it. No fouls called against Dartmouth here in the fourth quarter. 2 called against Penn. No team has been in the double bonus, by the way. Zabo with the basketball. 10 on the shot clock for Dartmouth. Mixon has it beyond the arc, left-hand side. Down low to Jordan, reverse layup. It's good. Nice move by Daisy Jordan. Dartmouth needs to look at that more often in the final 4 minutes of the ballgame.
Daisy makes that look so easy, but they've had so much success if it was Daisy or Lakin getting behind that zone and driving that baseline.
Oh, nice move right there by Noah Ketty for 2. And the lead back up to 12 points for Penn. 3:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Dartmouth with the basketball, 18 on the shot clock. Letkowitz thought about the 3, now to Mixon. Mixon back to Letkowitz.
It's so hard to watch. It's just, they're playing catch. Aaron Mixon, Kate Letkowitz, like 4 passes just back and forth. There we go, inside out.
And now Letkowitz will fire the 3. That one rims out again, no good. Nice hustle there by Lakin Rowland to save it. And Dartmouth will have a fresh possession right now. She bounced it off the leg of a Penn player. Good hustle by Dartmouth, but the clock right now is their enemy, trailing by 12 in this semi-low scoring ball game. They need buckets, and quickly. Again, a quasi-zone defense by Penn. It almost looks like they're about to double team the ball carrier, especially inside the 3-point arc. 15 to shoot. 3:12, 3:11 on the game clock. Jordan, again a reverse layup. Same as before, same result. 2 points for Dartmouth, and they're back to within 10 with just over 3 minutes remaining in the fourth.
I like that. Dartmouth's full court pressing. It looks like they're running out of steam. Lakin's huffing and puffing, but that's what they need to do. 3 minutes, just suck it up. Let's get some stops.
Penn with the basketball. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Noah Keddy will fire the three. Front rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. Whistle and a foul, and it's going to go against Penn, and Dartmouth will have it going the other way. And that'll be the third foul against the Quakers with 2:46 to play here in the fourth. And they'll call that foul against Stepanovic, her second, team's third. Dartmouth yet to be whistled for a foul here in the fourth. 51-41. Big Green down by 10. And they've got the basketball. And a whistle and a traveling violation. Another turnover by Dartmouth. Oh, stubbing their toes right now with 2:44 to go in the final quarter. So Penn now will have it. See if they try to milk the clock just a little bit. Here's Chambers, guarded by Mixon. Chambers getting the signs of the play call from Mike McLaughlin in his 6th year at Penn with a record of 102-64. And his team comes into tonight's contest with an overall record of 15-3, 4-0 in the Ivy League. Noah Keddy kicks it back out. Ross for another three. That one way long, doesn't hit the rim. Letkowitz tries to chase it down, out of bounds. Oh, she got lucky right there. As they say, the last one to touch it was Chambers. But Letkowitz didn't even see the Penn player coming over. And now Dartmouth looks like they want to call a timeout with 2:18 remaining. And they will get one. 2:18 to go in the fourth, 51-41. Dartmouth with the ball trailing by 10 points. And the Big Green down to 2 timeouts in regulation and 4 timeouts left for the Quakers. 9 minutes to go in the second half down in Princeton. Tigers leading the Dartmouth men 64-55. Women's hockey victorious 5-0 over Brown today here in Hanover. And with 2:20 remaining in the first period down in Providence, Dartmouth with a 1-0 lead over Brown in men's hockey. Next week, the Dartmouth women travel on the road to New Haven and to Providence. They'll be at Yale at 7 o'clock on Friday, February 12th. Then at Brown, or they'll be in New Haven against Yale on February 12th at 7 o'clock, and then Brown at 6 o'clock on February 13th. Penn will go back to Philadelphia, and they will host Columbia on Friday the 12th at 7 at the Palestra, and then Cornell at 7 o'clock on Saturday the 13th. Next home games for Dartmouth will be the 19th and the 20th of February against Cornell and Columbia. Friday night the 19th, 7 o'clock tip-off here at Lead Arena. 6 o'clock for the tip-off, another early start against Columbia on Saturday the 20th. Tickets available online, dartmouthsports.com, and here at the Lead Arena box office if you want to come out and join us. Here's Mixon with the basketball. Dartmouth down by 10, 2:05 to go in the fourth. Here's Szabo, kicks it off. Letkowitz has it and kicks it back out to Mixon. Over to Letkowitz, 10 on the shot clock, 1:57 to go in the game. Dartmouth needs to hurry right now. Szabo with it, 4 on the shot clock, throws up a shot partially blocked and taken away. A turnover by Penn. And with the lead of 10 right now, Dartmouth needs to think about fouling. They've got to foul right now because they haven't had any called on them in the fourth quarter if they want to get the ball back. They're down by 10. And finally, Szabo gets whistled for the reach-in with 1:39 to go, but that's only the first foul called against Dartmouth here in the fourth quarter. They've got 4 more until Penn goes to the line. Inbounds pass goes to Chambers. Mixon's got a fouler right now. You're down by 10 with 93 seconds to go.
Give.
You got 4 to give. You got to play catch up in the foul department, and they're not doing it. Down low, Noah Keddy. She does the smart thing, kicks it back out. 3 ball up and good, and that'll probably do it. Whitlatch drains the 3. Dartmouth up by trailing by 13 points, and now a traveling violation for the Big Green. And when the last 30 seconds after that timeout, everything seems to be falling apart for the Big Green.
Goodness. Whitlatch has shown up at any time Penn needs a basket. That's her 5th 3 of the game, and I mean, she was wide open.
So now Penn will have it once again. Dartmouth only with 1 foul. Go for the steal. If you don't get it within 2 seconds, you got to foul again. And it looks like it's not going to happen. Ross with the basketball. Penn's just going to drain down the shot clock and the game clock. We're down to 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter. No sense of urgency right now for Dartmouth as they trail by 13 points. Here's Ross with the basketball. Taking Letkowitz to the hole, goes up with a shot, almost fell through, but she will go to the line to shoot 2.
There's the foul that you were looking for.
With 2 on the shot clock and only 51.8 left on the game clock. You know, it was a 10-point game with 1:40 to go, and Dartmouth decided not to foul. So now at the line, here's Anna Ross for 2 shots. Foul was called against Letkowitz, her first, and only the team's second. First foul shot is good. Next one up and good as well. So now Penn with their biggest lead of the ball game. And another timeout called by Dartmouth. That'll leave them with one. 51.8 seconds to go in the fourth. Penn 56, Dartmouth 41. And maybe a questionable decision right there. So we talked about it. 51-41, Penn had the lead. They're up by 10 points. A minute 40 to go in the fourth. Quakers with the basketball. Dartmouth with no fouls called on them here in the fourth quarter. It takes 5 to get them to the line. And they were just playing sort of lackadaisical defense. I understand if you want to go for the steal, but if you don't get it within 2 or 3 seconds, hack away and put Penn. Well, they're not even going to get it at the line. They're going to get it out of bounds.
I would even foul before the ball even comes into play.
If you can do that and hope it's not an intentional one.
They do it in the NBA all the time, right?
Yep, and hope it's not an intentional one.
Right, go for the ball, but before any time comes off the clock. So get yourself to that fourth foul. Then when it's 4 fouls, go for the steal. If you don't get the steal, then foul the 5th one, then send them to the line.
Well, one of our keys to the game for Dartmouth was to play tough on the boards right now, and the last stats that we had with about 5 minutes to go was that Dartmouth was being out-rebounded by Penn 35-22, and so many second chance, not necessarily points for Penn, but second chance opportunities. With the Quakers having the lead, they don't mind running an extra 15 or 20 seconds off the clock.
Talk about second chance opportunities. So they have 13 offensive rebounds, and Dartmouth has 14 turnovers.
And you look at this, second chance points, and again, these stats are reading from was with about 5 minutes to go. 11 second chance points for the Quakers tonight. Dartmouth with El Zippo. Not going to get it done. So Dartmouth will probably have to regroup once again as they will go on the road, and the tough road trip coming up. Yale and Brown next Friday and Saturday. Penn will have home games against Columbia and Cornell, as we have 51.8 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Quakers up by 15.
I think it's promising the way that Dartmouth came out to this game. Just because of the 27-point loss last night, you could very easily feel sorry for yourself, come in, hang your heads, but they had some fight, especially Penn coming in, top of the Ivy League. So a lot of credit to them, and they're fighting for 40 minutes.
Now, the review that you're seeing, the replay that we're seeing and that you're seeing at home on your computer, one of the officials again is looking at the monitor, and you can see right there with the scoreboard and the clock, 51-41. That's the 10-point lead for Penn with 1:39 to go. And I don't know what they're disputing right now, but if we could flash back to 1:39 to go and Dartmouth only down by 10, they'll take it right now. So I'm not sure what this is all about. We do have an update from Providence. Men's hockey team leading Brown 1-0. That's at the end of the first period. And as far as the men's basketball game goes, 6:32 to go in the second half. Princeton at home leading Dartmouth 72-60. Women's hockey won at home here in Hanover 5-0 over Brown. Now they call the traveling violation. So there's trying to figure out what they're actually reviewing across the way. That's why we have this delay. I'm not sure. Maybe they're looking for a flagrant foul there, or maybe a reach-in foul. Or if Dartmouth had called timeout. Here's another angle that we're looking at. Thanks to our crew once again upstairs. Camera work and all the sidelines as well. Remember, you can tune in 10 minutes prior to the tip-off of each of our games for our pregame show. Joe and I will give you the keys to the game and a preview of what's to come. They are looking. All right, so here's what I think they're looking at. Down low, it was Noah Ketty going up against, I believe it was either Daisy Jordan or Lakin Rowland. And this is past the play, or they might be looking for a 3-ball there, but, Jordan or Rowland hit the deck kind of hard. And now the officials are going to go over to Mike McLaughlin, the head coach for Penn. Now, I don't want to speculate, but if they're going to call, we've seen it before where they back up the tape and you see an elbow thrown, and the next thing you know, there's the swing right there. Because that could be a foul, and Dartmouth could be at the foul line.
Right, and then get the ball as well.
So officially right now, as we have it, it's 56-41, Penn with the lead, 51.8 seconds left. And I think they're just going to keep it as is right now. Oh, we tried. Now Dartmouth will have to take the court. We're way past first horn, but that's because of the official timeout and delay. 75-62, Princeton men leading Dartmouth with 5:37 to play in the second half in New Jersey. So Dartmouth will have it, and they need buckets, and they need quick buckets, and they need quick stops too. Here's Mixon. Mixon to Rowland. Rowland kicks it out. Norman will fire a 3. Double team, ribs out, no good. Dartmouth has had a lot of those tonight. Penn picks up the rebound, and that's just about going to do it as Rowland hacks away at Stepanovic, and she will not go to the line because that's only the second foul, or third foul for Dartmouth here in the fourth quarter.
Good play call out of the timeout. I like that you saw kind of Kate Lekowitz be the decoy. Lake and Roland Flash, they all collapsed on her and gave Annie Norman that wide open look.
39.1 seconds remaining. And checking into the ball game is Ashley Russell, a 5'10" freshman from Braintree, Mass. And you notice Dartmouth didn't go extensively to the bench tonight either. Now, again, last night it was a blowout loss to Princeton, 85-48, but Mixon's played almost every single minute, I believe, of this ball game. Rowland has played almost every single minute. Jordan got taken out because of foul trouble, but only for a few minutes in the third and then came right back in. Fourth foul against Dartmouth, so the next one will be the 1-and-1. And Dartmouth not